Okay, welcome along to the Base FM Portland live sessions. Give it up for my special guest today, Miloux.
Hello. Thank you.
Okay, so let's start with just a bit of a basic introduction. Just kind of let us know, who you are and what you do and where you're from.
Okay, I'm a songwriter, producer, and singer.
First of all, tell me how you got into the production side of things, and who were your kind of major influences when you started to really kind of get in and start creating beats and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, I guess I was trained in jazz music originally, which is a lot of improvisation and performance-based. And when I finished my bachelor's degree, I'd been listening to a lot of jazz, and then I found Grimes, who's probably one of my biggest influences, I think. She produces everything herself, all the engineering, and I thought, I want to do that. Like, I want to have creative control of every aspect of my music rather than just the vocals. So I started just playing around on Logic, which actually I still use today. It's my favorite program to use for production. And just kind of self-taught how to build beats and went from there. Yeah.
Cool. And was there a particular sound that you were going for when you first started out? Yeah,
I guess when I started, I really wanted to emulate artists like Purity Ring is a huge influence as well. James Blake, kind of darker, more synthy music. But I think now that I've progressed a little bit and learnt how to produce better, there's more of a reflection of kind of more hip-hop beats and kind of more 90s style music that I love, like neo-soul, that kind of stuff. So it's kind of all melded together.
When we look at you as a songwriter and a vocalist, who were your kind of influences when you kind of started working in that kind of flavour, in that vein?
I guess growing up, I was actually really, really shy growing up, so I didn't sing in front of people until I was probably 15 or 16. But I used to love, probably my main vocal influences are Lauryn Hill. I also love Joni Mitchell, which is kind of the opposite end of the spectrum. Who else? Lauryn Hill's really popping out to me. I also love Bette Midler, oddly enough. Not so much the music style, but just her voice. And also vocalists that are just really open vocalists, like Bjork, Freddie Mercury, just people that really open up and have such good technique. I really strive to get good technique going all the time.
Yeah. As a vocalist, are you always looking at ways to just expand your vocal repertoire, I guess?
I suppose so. I think that kind of more comes from early influences. Like when I was younger, I was in a cathedral choir, the Auckland Parnell Cathedral, which is like this beautiful choral music. And so that definitely plays a part. And then obviously doing jazz, very important to have like very strong technique, and it's very placed. And so I think it's more just all of that merging together. But I still practice. Up until recently, I still taught. I used to have vocal students, so I still do my vocal exercises every day and keep that up because I think it's really important, yeah.
Yeah, cool. Now, let's have a little bit of a talk about your releases so far. So you released your debut EP, Through Loop, a collection of songs, plus a bunch of commissioned remixes as well.
So the EP one actually was recorded about a year and a half before I even released it.
Yeah, right.
And half of the songs on that I'd written maybe up to 2 years before I recorded them. So that was kind of a collection of, my first kind of foray into electronic music and production. It's all quite old material for me. So it's funny having to perform it still because some of those songs are now, 4 or 5 years old. Yeah.
So the stuff you've gotten, does that mean you've got like a year and a half kind of worth of material that you were ready to kind of get out as well, or where are you currently at with
Absolutely. I'm almost finished my second EP, which is called EP2. It's very original. And that is stuff that some of it's from my live set, and some of it, it's all kind of stuff that's been floating around for a year, 2 years. So I've written one new song for the EP, but it's usually stuff that I've been sitting on for a while, yeah.
Cool. And as far as your performance goes, walk us through how you would usually perform your material, your original material?
So I started off with a loop pedal and a tom drum and a little micro Korg, and I realized very quickly that it was too difficult to kind of do an hour-long set with just that setup. So I got two very good friends, Jared DeVoe de Marigny and Eamon Edmondson Wells, who are jazz musicians, a drummer and a double bassist. And they usually play with me now. So I've got Jared on this little SPDX sample pad, and Eamon plays synths, oddly enough. He's an excellent double bassist, but I've put him on the synths. So they kind of do that. And then I've also got some backing tracks and stems and stuff as well.
Tell us briefly about that experience with you. You joined the cast for Fly My Pretties for the string theory. Obviously made some new kind of friendships and musical relationships through that. So tell me how that experience of being on tour with Fly My Pretties was for you.
Well, that was amazing. I mean, first of all, it was a really great opportunity just to write some material that was for a more live band. And I mean, all these musicians are just incredible. Like, a lot of them have been around for years and years. So I did some kind of more jazzy material, which was really fun. And touring with the whole group, like, everyone is family. Everyone's so close. There's not one person in that group that is like a diva or anything like that. We're all on an equal playing field. And yes, it was an amazing experience traveling with artists that have been on tour for 10, 20 years, some of them. Yeah.
And obviously, one of those relationships that stood out for you, well, we touched on it before, but Bailey Wiley, you've a single released just a few weeks back, you and her together. Is there plans for you to continue doing more material with her, or is it just a one-off, hey, let's just get in the studio and work on something together?
No, we definitely want to do more material together. The single Never Ever was quite a kind of thrown together thing. We like, Bailey is a sister to me, so we were like, we could just get in the studio and just do something. But we definitely have a lot of ideas for other material, and yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Cool. Now, let's have a talk about your new single called Paris. It's going to be one of the songs that you're going to perform for us today for the Portland Live Sessions. Give us a little bit of background and insight into what that song is about, and tell us about the song. Okay,
well, so Paris is about the city of Paris. Really good with the names. And it's basically about, I spent a week and a half in Paris in 2015 after I went to the Montreux Jazz Festival. And I went to Paris all alone. I stayed by myself in a hotel there. And it's basically a love song to Paris, and also about a guy that I met there that I will probably never see again. But it was just a really, like, eye-opening kind of romantic experience. And so it's a love song to him and also to the city as well. Yeah.
Cool. And also, any information about the EP you want to let us know about?
Yes, so I'm doing all my own everything. I also get a lot of help from Ben Lawson at doing, again, at Red Bull Studios. He's absolutely amazing engineer, and like any good record that you hear that's come out in the last 5 years, he probably was involved in it in some way. He's a gem. Yep. I love him. Yeah. And I'm also doing, hopefully, we haven't gotten started yet, but a track with Randa, who's a local rapper as well, which I'm really excited about.
Miloux, thanks for having the chat.
Thanks for having me.
Give it up for Miloux.
This is Paris, which is my next single.
Everybody knows that the winter came home. I could do it better if I know exactly what you like. We'll love and feel like we really can't make it to the finish with no thought of what we'll find there. But you can take it slow, cause you know just what I like. I know it's rough, but everyone knows your name. I know you're tired, but you wouldn't be the same. to forget her, but I love her, and it's so bad I can't sleep. And I'm trying to fly higher than I ever even knew that we could be. And I'm trying to forget him, but I love him, and it's so bad I can't breathe. And I'm trying to fly higher. Waves through the all, I'm my own show. I try it all again, but it drags everything so low. Oh, I could do it better if I knew exactly what you la da 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 da. Waves through the air like we really can. It once before, there's nothing more left to the limit of my time here, but you can take it slow, 'cause you know just what I like. I know it's rough, but everyone knows you're late. I know you're tired, but you wouldn't be the same when we go down to the riverside. I'll be coming home with you at the end of the night. And I'm trying to forget her, but I love her, and it's so bad I can't sleep. And I'm trying to fly higher than I ever even knew that we could be. And I'm trying to forget him, but I love him, and it's so bad I can't breathe. And I'm trying to fly higher. They say you wanna see the truth, but everybody stops when they know. Slow it down to me, but it's okay if you wanna be sad. I know that it hurts quite bad, but now we can't settle it all. I know that it cuts quite deep, but now we can't sleep it. Da